It's my feel-good breakfast show.
This is a Thursday morning, and this is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, on the Africa channel, hanging out with the man of the hour, in fact, the man of the past 2.5 hours, Serame Sediti, who's been making music for us, and a man with an incredible story as well of how he has struggled from his youth, and here he is standing proud as somebody embracing his talent. I think it's a story that can really inspire a lot of people out there. Do you go out there and make music to inspire?
I get actually inspired by it before I actually inspire other people. Because if you are a chef, the food has to actually make you feel happy about them before you give it to other people.
Yeah.
So it has inspired me because I apply myself to it, and this is what I do. And I've been wanting to come to this show for years.
And here you are.
And I'm here now today. Thank you.
As a point of personal motivation, I want to ask you this question about when you think about your time and you think about the days that you were incarcerated, how do you think about that? Because sometimes society may have a way of kind of dragging you back into that hole and saying, oh, remember this time, remember that time. People don't always have your best interests at heart. How do you deal with it on a personal level in order for it to be empowering?
What happened was, what always happened in society is that when you come from prison, whenever somebody loses something, they actually look up to you and say, this is the guy who did it, you understand?
Yeah.
And people don't understand that crime is actually, those who commit crime are victims of crime as well, because you're going to be put behind bars, and it's not good being there, you know? So what I would say to the society is that please don't be hard on the guys like me who's coming from prison, because we're trying to shape our lives and try to put it back together where it should be. Because now, prison does not accept people with no crime whatsoever. So if you don't support me when I'm outside, you're actually saying to me, steal from me so that you can be back in there. You understand? So society have to understand that they play a big role in terms of us, people who are from there, who are trying to shape up their life. I mean, before, people didn't trust me, but now after performing and people started seeing what I'm doing, I'm actually, people want me, hey, can you come and teach my daughter how to sing? Can you teach my son? I'm like, back then you wouldn't allow that. The name Serame Sediti was actually normally famous in court of law and in jail. So I think people are the ones.
Are you using your platform right now to empower those who might be veering off on the wrong road, maybe those that are in trouble in prison, to kind of show them a better life? Are you involved in anything like that?
No, yeah, I'm actually, yes, I am. Sometimes I do motivational speaking because I think I'm a testimony and you need to be motivated to motivate other people. So I am using every platform I get, and through my music, I have an album coming up in November and it's called Based on a True Story. So basically, it talks about what I've been through and what everybody's been through. So it's about the challenges we face.
Yeah. And hopefully a part of it will certainly be a point of celebration. The fact that you'll be opening for one of the biggest artists on the African continent, Davido, at Makufe pretty soon in October on the 7th. How did that opportunity come your way?
I've been trying to get on Makufe for years. Miracle happened last year. I was invited, and like 5 hours before the performance by the wife of the premier in Free State. And he says, hey, listen, premier want you to perform. And I said, can you hear me calling? And people were saying, it changed the atmosphere. We felt like we were on another place.
Wow.
We were not in Bloemfontein.
Wow.
So that's one of the biggest things. But one of the biggest things as well was opening for Selena Johnson in Lesotho last year, and opening for All for One in March. And now the biggest is this one.
Absolutely.
It's coming up.
And I'm sure it's going to change the atmosphere at that festival as well, just as you're about to do the same right now, performing, like I said, a classic. Here's Serame Sediti performing This Is a Man's World.
Thank you.
This is a man's world. This is a man's world. But it wouldn't mean nothing, nothing without a woman or a girl. Whoa. You see, over the road, man made a train to carry the heavy load. Man made electric light to take us out of the dark. Man made a road for the water, and no one made the earth. This is a man